probably
And
not
we're
seeing
back.
us yet because you probably are still on the old thing you were watching.
Hmm.
But maybe someone will join us momentarily.
Okay. I have no idea what I was saying. Um, Tacos. Yeah, we're talking a
Yeah.
lot about tacos.
You know, I also was very upset with Taco Bell for the nacho fries because they kept hyping it up about like, we got these nacho fries and we made all these commercials with all these famous actors and nacho fries are such a big deal. I'm like, guys, you're like, fries are a burger joint thing. You're not supposed to have fries. And I tried
Yeah.
them one time and I was like, man, this is dumb. These are just fries. I don't want to get fries here. Now,
Yeah.
fast forward a couple years when they came back,
Mm-hmm.
and Finn really likes them.
Okay.
And I was like, I'll try them. And I was like, actually, these are pretty fire. Like whatever seasoning they put on it is
Mm-hmm.
like crack. It's like so good.
Okay. I just want to make sure they're not like Ore-Ida crinkle cut like bullshit.
No, they're not crinkle cut. They're
Okay.
I think they're like everyone's fries mostly are, where they like puree the potato and form it back into fries.
Oh.
Like that's
Okay.
what
Right. So
most
it's like,
fast food does.
yeah, it's a mashed potato in a crunchy kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe. Maybe. That's what I say about that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Um I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna see you next, but I will commit to if it's in person, I'll try some nacho
Well, they're
fries
gone
and
now.
fries.
They're
Oh, that's
gone.
it?
They'll come back. They're like the McRib. They come back, they come and they
Yeah.
go.
Oof. Yeah, but every time the McRib comes, I think about it and then I say no. Now, I'm
I'm
like,
actually
I'm
not
not
sure if I've had
22
one.
anymore, and I don't want to. Yeah.
I remember them being a thing and I was always just like, I'd rather have like a quarter pounder. I don't want this.
Okay. You know what I akin this to is that Applebee's also seasonally does unlimited riblets, which,
Mm.
like, what are riblets? I don't know. They're ribs. They're smaller. They
They're
used to be fine, but when they would do the unlimited, I would with friends, I would be like, "I haven't eaten today," and then we would just try to crush 3, 4 baskets of
Yeah,
riblets.
I liked the TGI Fridays unlimited apps. I
Mhm.
would go just get plates and plates of wings and just hang out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But if you did that today, I think you'd be disappointed. Well, first of all, because you can't go to a Fridays. I don't think they exist at all anymore,
That can't
right?
be true. Are they out of
I
business?
I
I don't.
I
I
think they're
haven't.
gone.
I went to one probably 5 years
Okay.
ago, and
Oh,
it was
there
still
there
there.
is a website, so I'm gonna tell you live right now. Then we're gonna
I
talk
think
about
this is
something
an
other than food.
interesting point because I've been Fridays was on um the Food That Built America. Have you
Yeah.
watched that at all?
No.
So all
Oh, well,
these
yeah,
things,
yeah. I've seen some.
like are killing it to the point where like someone comes in, an investor, and is like, we should franchise this. Then they franchise it and everything blows. Why can't we
Mhm.
franchise something well? Like, I guess Chipotle is pretty good. Like, but are they
Well, even
franchised or
they
are they all
well,
central
they're
org
they're
still?
definitely franchised, I think. Well, I don't know, but I know that they have had about a lot of blowback in the last year or so about quality. And
Mm,
so all of these things, when they grow and they get investment, tend to have like quality dings.
yeah.
And that's probably a subject for another day, but, like, it's not limited to restaurants, by the way. So VCs, private equity, have gotten involved in so many things. They're not just buying houses, trying to rent them. They're also buying services for these houses. So, like, they will buy, major plumbing groups and stuff in the area, and then that's all of a
Yeah.
sudden how you get plumbers trying to, pitch you a subscription model, so you get prioritized appointments and stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm
My
like,
water company that does our well stuff, they just
"Mhm,
came here the other day and they said they were just bought by some big
yeah,
firm. So they like their prices went up like 10% because
exactly.
they're owned by someone.
Yep.
Like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit." So, yeah, I mean, mom and pops are, like, prime to do well in communities, I think. Like,
Hmm.
if you set up a service, and you are not owned by a big corporation, I think you're primed to do well. I think you're gonna have
And
a
if
good.
you, I think this is a thing people are starting to realize. If you're like a company like that and you want to retire or you want some money and you want to do something else, you can sell it to another, like, you can sell it to us.
Yeah,
And like,
yeah,
we can run it as still a mom and pop kind of shop. You can get your payout still,
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be owned by a big corporation.
yeah, like, yeah. Don't take the big cash. Think about, like, your employees in the next decade, multiple decades, and everything else.
Yeah. And just keep some equity. Like if you want to, you might not get as big of an initial payout, but if you still own 40% or something and
Yeah,
like they run it well for 10 years, you got tons of money. So
yeah.
I don't know.
What
It's a hard
service business
problem.
would you like? Because I think I would be into being a, like, electrician or something like that. I could
I
do that.
love basic electrician work, like putting in new switches and plugs and
Oh,
light
yeah.
fixtures.
Yeah,
I
it's fun.
think it would be tedious to run a wire from like one end of a house to another without ripping the
Mm,
walls down.
no.
Like
Yeah,
I don't like that where you're fishing a thing through like all day long. Like
yeah.
I
Well,
would
I've
hate that
been
aspect.
lucky enough as a teenager, my oh, it's a complicated relationship. So it was like supposed to be a stepdad at a point. Didn't go to fruition, but anyway, blah blah blah. He was an electrician and he was running wiring at a Holiday Inn that was being built, and myself and my stepbrother went out there to help him. And yeah, I mean, like he just told us what to do, and we ran the wires and did all this stuff, and I was like, yeah,
Well,
this is
new
kind of fun.
construction is
Is
extremely fun because nothing is in
yeah,
your way. I
yeah,
did that like we did like a church mission trip thing and wired a whole house.
yeah,
Cause and it's like
kind of
it's
fun.
empty. So you just run it along the studs and like staple it where you need to, run it through
Yeah,
holes. Like it's
create your
super easy and
holes, do
fun.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
wonder.
when the walls exist, it's a bitch.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's a lot harder, like,
yeah.
fishing stuff and stuff. Yeah, because 'cause I've, like, looked a little bit into, like, oh, if you wanted to run Cat 6 through your whole house or whatever, what does that look like? Well, it looks like a pain in the ass, you pay somebody
Mhm.
to do it.
I have
So,
my electrician do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, food
He
for
has
thought
all these
there.
like sticks that he feeds through with everything, and he'll
Exactly.
like you try to get it to like one can light to where you can see it, and then you can pull it through more, and then you do the next
Mhm.
like you're finding A, B, C, all the points you go to. But yeah, it's I need quick wins. Like if I
Mm.
can do like this outlet will be replaced and it will work within 5 minutes. That's what I want.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I see. Well,
yeah,
anyway, I do think there's some opportunity there, and I do think that private equity has invaded every single source of our life. They're like, how do we maximize profit everywhere? Maximize, maximize, maximize. Capitalism has taken a weird turn. Like capitalism as it at its heart, like I don't think there's a problem with that, but, like, maximizing shareholder value in every facet of my life doesn't serve me or my community to its best
nope.
extent, and that is the fucking problem.
Yeah, and the bigger like as all these big corporations own everything, and as all of us get replaced by I just don't
That's why
understand what's going to
UBI.
happen. Like, if you have, let's say, I don't know, you've got, I don't know how many single family homes you might have in America. Let's say 200 million,
Yeah.
whatever. If 100 million of those can no longer be, the mortgage can't be paid because everyone's been replaced by AI. All right, I'm a rich billionaire. Why would I want to own these homes, right? Because like they can't pay me. So
Mhm.
what happens to the homes? Like, what's the point at this point? The bank owns them all, and then no one can buy them because no one makes any money.
That's
Like
the
something
argument
has
for
to flip.
UBI. That's the argument
But
for
but
UBI.
UBI will not pay for upper middle class mortgages. It'll pay for like your rent for like a
That
1 bedroom
assumes a
apartment.
class system, and so gets diminished. And I think that's a good sequitur oop, to my burps, because there's 2 things I wanna talk about before we end. So that means you have to talk longer.
Okay.
Okay. Number one thing. So post-apocalyptic society, right? Because that's the alternative. If you don't have UBI and you equalize things between the ultra rich and your society, because there's no middle. anymore. So you're elevating the lower and you're just equalizing the middle, I think. Silo. That's like it's an intent to that and it didn't go well. So these are the silos. These are the experiments
Well,
to
that's
that.
true. Yeah, I mean, have you read the books? Do you know anything past season 2?
So I didn't read the books. I watched season 1 and 2. And then so here's the backstory there.
Oh, well, if you know things past season 2, don't tell me because I don't want
I'm not
spoilers.
gonna no spoilers here. It's just this in that we watched season 1 and 2. We both were like, "Oh, we love it. We're inspired," like, whatever. My wife, she goes and gets the 3rd book, and I
Mhm.
said, "Wait a minute. Why are you jumping ahead?" And she's like, "Well, I've already seen the first 2 seasons. I've already basically read the first 2 books. I'm gonna go and do this." And I said, "That's bullshit because the books always give you more context. Like, why wouldn't you want that? You're like you like it, you're getting more content about it. Read the first 2." And she said, "Nah." And I think you should read it.
Yeah, and I think reading like, doing it that way would ruin the 3rd season of the show for me. Like, I wouldn't want
Mhm.
to watch it after that because it's gonna be different, and
Exactly.
it's like yeah, but, like, I have, a bunch of theories around how they all got there and stuff, and I don't know if we wanna discuss them necessarily, but yeah, I agree with you that it could be that could be a real thing of like, you
Yeah.
know, the ultra wealthy have some sort of experiment with all the rest of us.
Isn't that, Fallout also? Like, similar thing where
No, Fallout wasn't intentional. It was just like the whole world blew up and was irradiated. So it was
yeah,
like,
but the rich people had their
well, that's true, I guess. That's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
they could, they were just
They could
able to
escape.
they
Yeah.
could buy into this. So instead of build like what happens right now is the billionaires can have their own fallout shelters. And instead, it was more like you can buy your way into this as an option. And then it happened. And so they, went into it. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, a
mm,
lot of that stuff could very possibly happen. So,
yeah. World War III. On a lighter note, have you've been to Miami? Would you recommend other people go to Miami?
um,
Miami?
yes, I think I've been to Miami twice. Um, I don't really know a ton about Miami, honestly, other than there is a really good React conference there.
Yeah.
Um,
Where
and
can folks find you during that conference?
where can they find me? Not there.
Yeah,
But
not
if you if you would like to go, you can find Charles William Carpenter III alongside Aaron, middle name Francis, and they will be hosting Rum React and
wait,
Ramblings.
is that his middle name?
Middle
Oh, you
name?
mean insert middle name. I see.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I just I don't,
Had
I'm
brackets
sure
or
it's not a
something. You gotta
secret. I
go
just
like
don't know.
this. Aaron Francis.
I'm gonna say Joseph. Aaron Joseph Francis.
Yeah, that seems good. He's not Mormon though, so I don't know.
I don't know. It just popped in my head. Just felt
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
It's probably not at all.
Yeah. We'll find out. We'll learn. That'll be one of my questions for him, and I
Yeah.
think we'll find out.
But it should be a fun time. We haven't booked guests yet. I'm going
Mhm.
to mandate that you do somewhere between 2 to 5 episodes, depending on how the
For
setup
sure.
is, what the timing is, whatever. So more
Yep.
than one for sure. So, hang out.
Oh,
The
yeah.
timing will be probably posted somewhere if you're there and you want to see it. React Miami in general is essentially the tech Twitter conference, is what I would call it. Like
Yeah. I
everyone you
think that's a
argue with will be there.
yeah.
Most of them don't use React and actually kind of hate React, but they'll still be there.
I mean, if you think about it, so the hosts are Madison Kana and Ken Wheeler,
Who both
and
use React.
do they, like
Yeah.
are they pro React? I don't know. Uh,
I don't think they're necessarily
pro
React
or against.
evangelists, but they use
Right.
React in their job.
Yeah, for sure. I think those are very that's a in like, if I was gonna bookend a conference and think about, people on different ends of the,
Yeah.
like,
The
chill
spectrum.
spectrum
Yeah.
the chill spectrum. I'm gonna call it the chill spectrum. Yeah, that would make sense to me. So
Hmm. If you play your cards right, Dax will not invite you to his party, so you have that to look forward to.
everyone's invited unless you are an asshole or you mess it up. Yeah, that's true. And that's kind of how it is. How come you've never been invited?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably the same reason I was never promoted at Amazon. I'm
I
just
don't
an
know.
asshole.
There's a thing. Well, what he said to me was like, I invited you. I just kind of thought that was, plus one. And
Yeah.
then when you're
No,
like,
I
I
think
can't make it, he's like, that's why I never invited him.
yeah, I know. I think it's an open invite to most people, I
It
think.
is. Yeah,
Like,
it's not specific.
yeah. Like there were like easily like 50 people there last time.
I think it's going to be more. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be kind of
Cuz
crazy.
cuz now it's a known thing. So the people that missed out are like, I'm coming.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of, yeah, which means I'm probably just going to stay in the hotel and play games. I don't need to be there. Yeah, I'm going to skip it.
Well, just send Aaron.
Yeah,
I do
Aaron.
think you guys should play a fun game of like just Aaron should just be me. Just
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, I'm Robbie the Wagner."
Yeah. Hi, this is Robbie the Wagner. I am Wagnering right now.
Yeah. I am from Virginia, not
Yeah.
Texas.
Oh, no. Is he from Texas or just lives in
Oh,
Texas?
I don't know.
See, there's
I
so many
mean,
things to be learned.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we're probably about at time.
Yeah. I think we've covered the bases. The time zones are going to change for everyone else but me this weekend, and I am bitter about that because you're not a fucking farmer. What's your problem? Just stay
That
on
means
the
that
time.
we're further apart in time again, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's why it annoys me.
Well, you'll be in Italy soon. Won't matter.
Andiamo.
All right. Anything you want to plug?
Yeah, anagramsecurity.com. If you are an idiot and don't know how to protect yourself, there are courses here you should ask your company for. This is not a sponsored post, by the
Oh
way.
God.
So anyway, that's where I work,
Yeah.
and I
Chuck used to
do.
work there until that
Yeah, I got fired right now.
Yeah.
If you all are wondering why I'm looking for another job, that's why. Uh, no, I have been. So folks know that I love Darknet Diaries. I have been very interested in privacy, security, all these things, and like personal security. And the more time we spend online, like sharing our information and like saying, "Oh yeah, look what I get for free." If it's free, you are the product.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so this is an opportunity that like helps me go deeper into that and learn. And if you want
And
to
you guys
learn,
should sponsor Darknet Diaries because they have a bunch of sponsors that are,
yeah,
in the security space.
yeah, fair enough. You just toss the gauntlet down. I mean, I don't control that, but I can say that. I don't
Hey,
know.
we'll send Jack some more whiskey and
He
let her
doesn't
know.
want it. He's not a big
That's
drinker.
true.
He he
Yeah.
he, t- he
We'll
said to
send
me, it
him
was
that
like,
flower drink that he drinks in was it
yes,
Thailand
in
or
Vegas. No, it's in Vegas actually.
oh, I thought it was in some other country that he went
I'm
to.
actually gonna try and find that, at the end of this month. I'm going to Vegas to see Dead& and Co. at the Sphere, mostly because I just wanna check out the Sphere. Dead& and
Hmm.
Co. is fronted by John Mayer, which I think is an incredible musician, so, like, doing, like, Grateful Dead songs, him, like, that seems like a cool vibe. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You get to
So,
see his
amps,
amps
amps.
that you plug the guitar into. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what they are. I don't really know what that fucking reference is about,
Well,
so
you have to, I know his amps, you have to
mm.
apply to get. Like you can't, like you and I can't buy them. What is happening?
It's a bunch of shit that you can't fucking do.
What is that? What is that from?
Oh, that's a setting in OS. Oh, shit. I locked up
I
again.
know that if I, yeah, we're done here. I know that if I like, I'm just going to stop this. All right. Peace.